could hear voices in the trees, and I could hear the moss. You pass a tree and you hear a love story. What is love? Love comes in many forms, different ways. It's a statement, it's a poem. What is love? My original book was What I Love. It's more giving. The words are there for anyone to interpret as they wish. Do I know my name? I'm Suzanne Jackson. I'm an artist, and we're in my Savannah, Georgia studio. I went through many stages of my life in the sense of moving from one studio to the other, moving from the city to the country or the mountains, and then moving back to the city again. As a little girl, my father drove the trolleys, so going around San Francisco. I taught myself to paint. I started with a sketchbook that had my flowers that I had picked, and then you had to name them and press them, and then I would make watercolors from those. I've been a painter since I was a baby. As an only child, you also have imagination. And I listen to radio. I love radio. So the combination of listening and imagining and then being out in San Francisco, all those experiences, those things help you grow. And then after that, we moved to Fairbanks, Alaska. There's just beauty there. And then in the summers, everything starts to bloom. I moved to Los Angeles. I was 22, so I'm still a self-taught painter. But I was an oddity in Los Angeles, and so everybody put that I was a dancer first. They thought I was a dancer becoming a painter. Now, all the places I've lived, Alaska, San Francisco, Los Angeles, people share and work with one another to make things happen. And I think what I've been doing all along, the original way of describing acrylic was that it's flat when it dries, and it dries in 20 minutes. So I've been trying to escape the flatness of acrylic. So it's just layers and layers of paint, one on top of the other, to make it luminous and also to give it strength. The kind of luminosity that you can build up with watercolor or will build up with oil paint, which is layering and layering. It's like the old master's techniques of layering and glazing and layering. It's the same thing I'm doing with acrylic paint. That painting, El Paradiso, by that time the acrylic paints had developed more, and there were more glazes, more mediums that could be used, but also some iridescence. And so I started experimenting on that painting. My mother had been making quilts since 1930s. So I found the his and hers pillowcases that I said, oh, these are so my mother, right? All of her quilts were made by hand in the traditional way. For me, that's love. And that's the idea and the attitude I take with the work that I make. It is all handmade, and everything about it is put together from found materials with the acrylic as structural elements. It's in that whole improvisational process of and listening to music at the same time, what kind of music and sound is going on. And for me, the retrospective is a gift, not only to me, but for other people who come in to see it. And the commission piece will be inside in a room of its own, which will be a kind of installation. It took me 2.5 years to develop that piece. People were looking at me saying, you're a painter, you can't make sculpture. But I was a sculptor in college and assembling things and putting together the whole sort of Bay Area funk school kind of still has not left me. Usually it's just been the paintings in an exhibition, but this will be the first huge installation. And now I'm realizing how much the retrospective has brought up things that I had forgotten in my own life, or that brought memories to me that made me also understand how and why I may have been doing some things along the way. So for me, the love, again, when it comes back to love again, love is about the passion that I had to do what I had wanted to do. And from the time that I was a little girl, I didn't know that I should do anything else. And it wasn't until I started doing this work that I felt as if I had something of my own. And I'm not doing what I've been taught only or what someone else is doing. I have made a statement.